Welcome back for Part 3 of Episode 8 of Atavar Ascension. To catch you up on where we last left off. Still struggling against their foes, the Blue Devils begin to get the advantage as one wolf after another begins to fall. But then, as Persephone administers a killing blow to the direwolf, the werewolf howls in anger and yells out, "My son!" Then reaching to a pouch on its hip, pulls out one of the strange roots and swallows it. Its body begins to change and shift as it grows and becomes some sort of abomination. It now stands tall over them, and the fight just got a bit more dangerous. The party does their best to rally, but Percy, being the killer of the direwolf, has now become the huge creature's target. Attempting to get away, she exits the cabin and makes her way onto the roof. And that is where we hop back into the action.
Okay, and what'd you get? 14. Okay. You two, you hear some, sound outside, and then some scrambling, above your heads.
It's only for you. Oh. My only net 20.
You hear some scrambling above your heads, kind of going up this roof that inside you can see, the pitch roof and everything. And you kind of hear that and see some of the, straw and thatching and stuff.
I probably assume that was some kind of enemy.
And that is her turn. Tomer, you are up.
He's on the ground, right?
He is still on the ground. So you are at advantage to attack him.
Uh-oh. All those good rolls are coming back to bite you.
That one. 11 doesn't hit.
No.
Yeah, no.
And that is just your action. Do you have bonus action and movement?
I can't do cantrips as bonus actions. No, because I don't have that ability or feat.
No.
Who's still in the house with me?
Ajax and Gold.
I'm going to move behind Ajax just in case he wants to cast an AoE spell.
Okay.
That's fair.
All right.
If
you are going to move behind Ajax, you are going to move out of his threatened reach. Even though he's on the ground, he can still attack. It's a disadvantage. He can still do it.
That's fine.
Okay.
Give me them ankles, boy.
They're both bites. Ankle biter.
You're snapping at you behind you.
A 15 doesn't hit, does it?
Nope.
Okay.
Does a 42 hit?
No.
Okay. So he missed as he tried to get you. And that is your turn. It is now his turn. He stands up.
Oh, boy. just fucking laser beams through
You two are next to him. Actually, you moved. You can go check. You actually moved away from him. That's why you got an opportunity against him. You are next to him. You get an attack of opportunity as he leaps straight up.
I will take that swing and fail.
What'd you get?
7.
Oh, yeah. Okay. He leaps straight up, bursts through the roof.
Ooh. Rip. Now we can't even help you.
Say that like I can't fall off the roof.
Oh, you'll fall, but you're going to be covered in blood.
You're going to be thrown.
Standing in front of you is this gigantic werewolf with pulsing veins of red light flowing through its arms and its torso and out to its claws.
Could you give us an exact height?
Probably about
9 feet?
8.5 to 9 feet tall.
Not that it matters, but I don't have that Shadow Blade on me because Hex made that disappear.
No, that's fine.
Not that that matters.
No.
He sniffed your ass out. He's an ass.
It was worth a shot.
He knows. He takes 2 swings at you with his claws.
Fly by Persephone.
AC's an
Fucking
11.
rip.
Okay, yeah, that first one's a hit with a natural 19 on the die.
Good night, Irene.
The second one will be a 19 total.
Yeah, like AC 11.
Alright, we're gonna watch Persephone get one hit KO here.
Yeah.
So what's her backup character again? Because it's a monk. Oh no.
No, she's
5
getting
points
saved.
of slashing damage
What?
from the first attack.
Mm-hmm.
And, you got that on that. only 4 points of necrotic damage.
Holy shit.
So only 9.
Only
And the second attack, you got.
Oh.
Man, I am rolling so low for.
You're so fucking
Well, thank God. 5 points of
How
slashing. 5 points of
Five?
slashing damage again.
20 necrotic.
And this one's a little better. 6 points of necrotic.
What the hell?
I'm
So,
rolling.
minus
I'm
five.
hitting like a badass.
6.
I'm rolling so bad on damage. I rolled like 1s and 2s on everything.
She's at 6.
I think we would be dead otherwise.
Bro, I can't believe you lived that.
Me neither.
How much was this
That's
question
your
thing?
turn.
Like
I have
50?
an important question to ask here.
Yes.
So my hellish rebuke,
Yeah.
because no, it doesn't come off now, but because it is a
Reaction to cast.
Is
Does not count against your spells cast that turn.
do I need the spell slot open?
You do.
Told
You
you.
do need to have a spell slot.
Even though it
It's
is
a racial trait, so you should be
racial
able to cast
trait.
it in
If it is a race,
That's the
hold on,
clarification.
let me see here, Persephone. Your hellish rebuke.
Maybe like a
Oh, it's from your infernal legacy. You basically get it once from your
Yeah,
infernal
because
legacy.
I get it once a day. I
Yep.
do not need the spell slot
Nope.
open?
Nope,
Okay.
it's from your
That's the
infernal
important
legacy.
part, thank you.
So you have that. Do you want to use it?
I have to die with it, right? I
No.
didn't think I could use it until it knocked me
whenever you
down.
take
No, no,
damage,
no,
you
no,
can
no.
use it when you take it.
Yeah, it's a reaction.
whatever you take
I
damage.
just
Yeah,
thought
it's
it
like
was
my,
a reaction
static-
I had to use
Nope,
when I...
Nope,
No, it's
nope.
whatever you
Die.
take
You
damage.
just say, ouch, I got hit, fuck you.
Oh, yeah,
That's what I've been
absolutely. That
doing so
sounds
far.
lovely.
Okay, so he needs to make a dex save versus your spell save DC, which is...
I will tell you in just
Is that the same thing as what mine does, but just
13?
fire?
Well, sort of, kind of.
That's a 3 on the
Hers is
dice, so
Oh.
no, he failed.
Oh, thank
Dodge,
fuck.
dodging.
Yeah.
Dodging.
Hers is a lot more
Um,
damage, though. It's a really good spell. In my opinion.
Whew.
But I think yours is more
2d10.
useful because you can use it more frequently.
Yeah.
And he's hexed. Does that...
Yeah.
Add on to that?
I think so. Hold on.
What does
Let
Hex
me look
do?
at Hex for a
That's a
second.
1d6.
I believe for you that
adds
would...
an
damage
extra
per attack.
I
D6.
believe for you that
anything?
would apply...
For the most part, I believe, yeah.
No.
I have
Well,
if I
actually,
attack and I
whenever
deal...
you hit with
applies
an attack.
disadvantage on
Hmm.
one.
So I'm like,
type of
'cause it-
ability check.
That's
Hold
what
on.
I'll leave it up to you.
Because I'm going to make
Strength in this
a ruling.
Yeah, if you choose strength, for example, then you have disadvantage on athletics ability checks.
What did you choose?
She didn't choose anything. 'Cause I don't
Okay,
know
I'm going to
if she had,
say,
like, a
unfortunately, on this, no, because
Maybe she
It's
should.
you're not
Okay.
using
No,
any
that's fine, that's fine.
action.
It's
That's
a
fine.
reaction.
So, yeah.
And then because it
You should
is
probably make that known like as soon
a...
as possible.
It's not
I'm
a
not good at bringing things
spell, I can't,
But
like,
you have to-
cast it at a higher level, right?
No,
That is correct.
Just
It
Okay,
is just
okay,
both
so it's
as
just straight
is.
to... Okay.
Just do the 2d damage. Deal 19 damage.
19 damage. Fuck off.
That's pretty fucking good.
You hit
She
me
did
for
more
20
damage
fears
with
and
the
19 back.
than
Yeah.
fucking did.
Yeah, hurts,
Jen,
don't
I
it?
just want to bring up the secondary part of Hex where
Oh yeah, he also gets a disadvantage on
Yeah,
a
you choose.
specific... Let's do strength ability check.
Strength?
That
Okay.
sounds
Yeah.
solid.
Fair enough.
Thank you.
Alright.
I've never used it.
It is now Gold's turn. What you guys can all see, and
I assume
You
there's
all-
a hole in the roof.
yeah, you guys all that are inside the building all see this. There is a large hole in the roof. You're looking at more than 5 foot diameter, probably like 6 or 7 foot diameter hole that he just basically boom right through and then kind of landed up on the roof. And so you can see through the hole. You can see his bulk standing basically right next to the hole. And you can catch a little bit of glimpse of Persephone up there as well.
Motherfucker's on fire. Temporarily.
For a little bit.
For a second.
Does this look like something I could leap up to with an acrobatics check?
Well, he did.
Yeah, but he's also
He burst the
He's on
floor.
super
You can always
steroids.
try.
Okay, how tall is the ceiling?
Ceiling's about 10 foot.
fucking Michael
Easy.
Jordan jump from a Space Jam.
How close is
Well,
my...
actually, let's see here, because it's an arched roof. No, that point of the ceiling, because you were in the hallway when he came up. I'd say it's more like 12.
Okay.
Because
And
it's still
multiply by
arched
pi.
roof and stuff, and where you're at.
I'm
Close
directly
to the
below the
beginning
hole.
of the house.
Are you directly below the hole?
Yeah, because he didn't walk away from me. He just went.
Going straight up.
Okay. I'm gonna
Took the
use
elevator.
my big Wally friend here as a springboard
Okay.
and basically just kick off him to jump up to the hole.
All right, I'll give you acrobatics for that if you want to use, or athletics.
Doesn't matter. I have the same bonus.
Same in both.
Acrobatics.
Oh, I already used my reaction. I was going to say, can I use my reaction to help him?
That is a 19.
That'll do. You managed to get up through the hole and land on the side that he's not standing on, so you're kind of across from him. We'll call it a 5 foot, so you're 5 foot within 5 feet of him. But, yeah, I mean, you're right there, you see Persephone's right there, and you're right there.
All right.
What do you do?
I'm going to take my short sword that I still have out, infuse it with my magic once again, and I'm just going to try and drive it into the back of his knee.
Roll for it.
Godspeed.
Gold speed.
You were so close, man. That was a 19 plus 5, 24 to hit.
That will hit.
That is 11 force damage to the knee.
And Hex is only when I attack him, right?
Yeah, that's correct. So, Gold. Show me what you got.
Oh,
Ooh.
Oh!
thanks.
If you want to.
As I infuse my sword with my planar magic, it begins to glow purple. I take it, both hands on the hilt, drive it through his knee, and using his own weight against him, pull him back into the hole of the ground.
You guys see him impaled through the knee. Almost a weird reference from a story you heard about. Achilles, something like that, and an ankle. But this with a knee as this enormous, oversized humanoid werewolf creature falls back through the hole it had created, slams on the ground next to you. The entire cabin shakes a moment at the impact, and then he's there, and you see him breathe just a couple times. And then stops.
I feel a little bad.
Thanks, Gold.
I'm a Papa Good Bear.
And the cartoon terror is no more. You are out of initiative.
Good, because I don't know what the fuck I was going to do next.
All I know is I hopped up there with 6 health.
Everyone to see.
All right.
There's a few things I want to know.
And with
My
that,
life.
I think we're going to take a break. Because
This room needs to aerate.
it needs to aerate. It's getting pretty warm in here, and I need to drain the bladder. So we're going to take a break. Something you guys will notice when we start going live, once we get monetized on YouTube, we will be doing super chats after our break, where we'll take a few minutes to go through several super chats. And what we were wanting to see is, what was your favorite moment? What was your best moment? Something you really enjoyed, or fucking rag on us? Just what is your
Make
worst?
me cry.
Yeah, make us cry. Do your worst. Whatever you want. So either a positive or a negative. We want to hear it from you. That's what we will be doing once we go live. So we're going to take a short break and we'll be back.
Also, see Zach.
See Zach dance, yes. All right, now we are back from our break. Thank you for biding your time with us and that break. So you have just defeated the enemy. You are now out of combat. The scene before you, this cabin is pretty thrashed. There have been fire bolts and chaos bolts and swords and axes and all sorts of things swinging to and from, hitting creature and structure alike, causing lots of damage, including a huge hole in the ceiling, thanks to the owner himself. And there is carnage laying about, as 4 regular-sized wolves and 1 direwolf, and this misshapen, huge, werewolf-formed humanoid, still in that form as it lays there, supposedly dead, as best you can tell. There's blood everywhere.
I'm going to see if it's dead or not. I'm going to try to check vitals.
Okay. Give me a medicine check. You had a question there.
No, I was going to do two things. One, so the direwolf didn't transform back into a child. That was the first thing. Second thing, I was going to try to take some of the blood from the werewolf that's on the ground to just figure out what the hell's going on.
Well, hold your horses on that specific part. I got an 18.
An 18 on
Total,
your medicine
yeah.
check.
Hold your werewolves.
It's dead as far as you can tell. I mean,
As far as
there's no pulse. There's no breathing. I mean, you're doing everything you can to check it, and I mean the amount of blood that is spilled out of it, which looks very odd because it is not just regular dark red blood and bright red blood. There are almost lines of glowing red.
Yeah, but we saw him eat that root, so that's probably something to do with it.
Yeah, it's almost like it's kind of a fungus amongst the blood itself. But that's all there. And no, the direwolf is still a direwolf.
Okay, so I'm gonna take
It's just dead.
I'm gonna take the blood, and then I'm gonna start skinning the direwolf.
Just letting you know
That
I'm
is so
healing
fucked.
her.
That's
Okay.
really
Using
fucked
3
up.
instances of your
Okay. In order for you to try
Same hit points
to
as me.
collect a blood sample, I'm going to need you to roll a survival check.
Okay.
Alignment check.
Alignment. What the fuck is alignment?
You're attempting
You're skinning
to
this dude's son.
Yeah, you're attempting
Alright,
to
so that
collect
is
blood from the werewolf and
16.
then
plus
skin
3. So
skin a creature.
You're at max.
You need to
No,
understand
no,
how to
that's
do those
19.
things.
It's a 10.
Basically, that.
10.
we'll leave you at
You
1.
kind of get a
Submax.
sample
No,
of
I'll
blood.
take
I
the
don't need
rest.
much to
Okay.
work with.
Yeah,
I just need
it's- I mean,
I
it's,
do. I already gave you one.
you don't know if you really got something viable,
I gave each
but
of you
you
one
got
before we went
some.
out.
Oh, well, I
The
didn't
skinning
read
of the
that down.
direwolf,
You have 2 good berries.
Then-
it's pretty patchwork. You get some of it.
I just want to. I want to get enough so I can make like a wolf hood.
You think you might have enough, but it's
I don't know.
it's hard to tell because as you're trying to skin it, some of the damage it's taken in some place as you're skinning this thing, you're not accounting for the fact that a blade went in here and cut a hole, and so as you're trying to skin this off, it all of a sudden kind of tears because there's a hole there you weren't paying attention to, things like that. So you're getting pieces of it. You're not getting like a good whole hide.
Other thing I want to attempt to do before he completely skins it to death, even harder than he already is dead.
Yeah, it will definitely take him several minutes to
Yeah.
do, so you got time.
Can I just, I guess, look at it and see if I can figure out, because, like, I have a very minor understanding about the root because of where it's from.
Mm-hmm.
Can I, like, see, having he ate it, kind of, like,
Yeah,
see...
he's not skinning the werewolf, he's
Oh.
skinning the direwolf.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
okay.
skinning the.
Okay,
The son.
yeah, well, same question.
Okay. Do you have? Let me look at this here.
Trigger,
where
'cause from
is
where
it?
it's
There
from,
we go.
Oh, I also had a question about something.
I will give you, since you're not proficient in it, I'm going to give you a couple different rolls here.
Okay.
First, a intelligence history roll at disadvantage.
Okay, I was like, do I have to be proficient?
You are not proficient,
I'm
so
not.
that's why I'm giving you disadvantage.
They're both a 10,
Okay.
which makes it an 11.
Okay. And then the second thing I want you to roll is a straight intelligence check, just so you can see.
18 plus 1, 19.
Okay. And you had a question? Or
So for the survival check, since I'm still in werewolf form, would I get advantage with it then? Because I have
for,
advantage
for this is knowledge of how to skin animals, not knowledge of how to actually like survive in the wild. Totally. So I'm going to say no. Because you don't necessarily need to skin animals to survive in the wild. You need to know how to hunt and eat. You don't necessarily need to know how to get fur. Because you can do other things to shelter and clothe yourself. So.
I took a picture of the oh.
Alright, so you got a 19 total with that intelligence
Yep.
check? Okay.
Oh! I Guys, it's finally happening.
It's happening.
Oh my god, this is so hard.
That's what she said.
Asshole.
Actually, yeah, that is what she said.
Ah.
She better share with the class.
Man, I was one dice off of
Fucking show and tell boys.
one more dice and I would have had all of my dice stacked.
I'm just curious what I would have rolled if I got advantage on it. 16, that would have been way better. Plus, there's no. That's why I checked if the kid turned back after he died. If it was possible to bring back the kid any way or form, but probably not. The
You
kid
didn't check that. You just went straight for his
No,
hand.
because I asked him. I was like, "Did he turn back into a dad?" I was like, "Did he turn back into a kid at any point?" He's like, "Nope, he's still a direwolf." I'm like, "Okay, so he's still a creature. I'm
You
skinning
didn't
it.
even vital check him.
I don't give a fuck."
There is something. Wait, hold on. Didn't the direwolf get like absolutely fucked by a fireball?
No, that was another wolf that he hit.
Oh, it was the Shadow Blade.
Yeah, it was the Shadow Blade, and then he got a wolf on fire based off of her thing. So at least we know where the root's coming from, and who's getting involved.
Well, we do know that the person distributing it is a teleporting halfling
So he's magic caster at
who
some
can
point.
see
halfling.
invisible people. Or, well, I don't know that.
Would that be a?
Actually, I don't know he was there.
Would that be?
I'm stupid. I don't know anything.
Would that be a?
Hey, Gold, there was a halfling. He can
teleported.
He can teleport it. He can see invisible people because he could see me.
and see
He
invisible.
can be invisible. I was. He talked wolf. He said, "Do job the do your."
Yes,
and the wolf
sir.
went, nah,
So-
then target me.
My brain goes to three things. He can either have enchantments or rings that let him do teleport spells like that. He is a bard because bard gets true sight or something like that in later levels.
No,
no.
what? No.
That's way more a monk thing.
Actually,
That
no.
would be a
I'd
bard
say
thing.
that's a warlock thing because you can get an eldritch invocation called
That's
Witch
what it
Sight.
is. It was
And
a
Witch Sight-
magic caster. It was one.
You know,
Witch Sight gives
warlock-
you basically.
I was gonna do a warlock because I
Hear me
never
out here.
finished the
Warlock makes sense because his patron
Mm-hmm.
could be like Asmodeus.
And to be honest, he's dealt with what? A vampire already? He's doing this root thing, so he's got to have a lord that deals with like the demon and teleporting from plane to plane. And we have a werewolf on top of that.
Yeah, that guy.
He's got to be a fucking werewolf. He's got to be
teleporting
a
fat
fucking
guy.
Teleporting fat guy.
Teleporting fat guy.
What is this, 2006?
Yes.
Or
text
back
that,
baby.
Text that to me. Wait.
Would someone like to share with the class? Or are we going to be left in the dark? Or are you going to fabricate a story?
Once upon a time.
So my daddy did this.
Oh, I shouldn't be looking at that. No, not looking. I'm going to look at memes, so I'm not...
Yeah, look at me.
You're good. You're good. I'm texting.
What's it mean?
Oh, you're texting Brandon
Okay.
and not Jason.
Good to know.
Really? Because he just said good to know after he got the message. I'm assuming it was from Jim.
Okay. Let's see here. Leon, you are currently outside still.
Yeah.
Gets clapped by another wolf. Comes out.
Ajax and Gold.
That's me.
You two do not see this. Ajax and Gold. You see Persephone is kind of examining the werewolf's body. And as she's kind of looking over it, she grabs something.
What did she do?
It just lifts it to her mouth and just gives it a little lick. And a strange look goes across her face, and then she slides it into a pouch on her hip.
Did you just?
With my knowledge and background with demons and knowing this has something to do with that in my passive investigation, could I gather some semblance of an idea of what she's doing?
Passive investigation?
17.
Yeah, 17. What is it you're trying to determine?
Thank you.
I'm trying to determine whether she's doing something incredibly stupid or not, and just wrap my head around that.
Usually. Oh, that's not even an answer. That's
Yeah.
usually is the correct
Yeah.
answer.
You get the impression that as you witness that, you, especially with your task perception, you clearly see it's another piece of the wood that she did that. You get the impression that maybe she's done that before.
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
I'm not.
You don't get that impression.
Well, I just saw her lick
Yeah.
the root and put it in her back
You
pocket.
don't know what it was. You didn't see what it was specifically. You just saw her lick something
That she picked up off the ground.
that she picked up
off the body.
off the body.
It's not
and
the
then put it in
weirdest
her
thing
mouth.
she's done. Let's be real.
And then from there, I'm gonna just sit off in the corner and eat some chocolate.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask what you just licked off that body.
Chocolate?
I saw you take the
Give
chocolate
me a
out.
deception check.
There's no deception there. I watched it.
No, I mean,
You don't know what she licked.
Did she have the chocolates in her hand when
You
she
don't know.
No.
Who the
But
fuck?
I saw.
She
You
had
just
it
said I
offhand.
saw.
you saw her hand.
Did my
go in.
vision cut off at her neck or something? Like I couldn't see what was in her hands.
Yeah, you couldn't see her hand. What was actually in her hand?
But I assume the chocolates are in just like a box of some kind.
Roll a thing! He could have had
Roll
chocolate on
insight.
him, bro!
Roll insight. Just roll insight. See if she's
Fine.
lying or not. 19 plus.
I got a 25
I got an
insight.
18. It wasn't
How are those
clearly
chocolates
lying.
tasting?
It was not chocolate. You wanna
Yeah, that's
chocolate?
bullshit. What'd you just eat?
Or you think I'd be better at lying by now?
No, the cleric just had his like one good roll for the session.
Yeah.
And it's always like calling out your shit.
I know. Can't fucking get away with anything.
So yeah,
Yeah, I still ask my question.
I'm just gonna offer you chocolate.
I nudge it out of the way. I'm not gonna knock it out of your hand. Yeah, how about you share what you just ate? I tap my foot.
Percy, you're kind of in a corner on this one.
I'm in a chair.
You said you were in the corner of the room.
Yeah, I assumed I went to the
never
chair
said
in the
chair.
corner.
Okay. Yeah, you're in a chair in the corner. Fair enough.
You're in the corner.
Alright, fine. I pull something out of my pocket. I pull out some smelling salts and show it to him.
Roll another deception check.
Just gonna keep rolling until you succeed.
Roll insight.
Fuck.
I got a 16.
11.
It's clearly not what she had.
Now I'm not gonna believe anything you say unless you pull out.
It was the room.
And why?
I was curious.
You just saw it have an adverse effect when consumed.
Not necessarily.
I'm pretty sure we just saw it happen before
Are we
our
going to
eyes.
Southern lawyers here?
My boy got stronger. That doesn't seem very hurtful.
We saw what it did to the village when it was consumed.
I licked it.
That's consumed.
No,
Did you
that's
spit afterward?
tasting.
I didn't consume the pizza. I licked it.
Ajax, let's just let it go this one time. If it happens again,
Killer.
we're gonna have to do something about it, Percy. We trust your judgment on this because of your background, but we're just concerned.
I don't.
is all.
Am I still, like, far outside right now?
Especially after the 2 lies I just got told to my face.
So let's cut to Leon. Okay. A little bit ago, as we travel back in time of a few seconds, minutes, whatever. You have run past Percy. You're out there, and you hear a crash. Yeah. You look back, and you see Percy is on the roof. That werewolf creature is on the roof. And then a few moments later, Gold is on the roof, who strikes it. The creature falls back through the hole into the cabin. And after a couple seconds, silence. It seems the battle is over. You are about 30 feet, 40 feet away, somewhere in that range. What do? Do you stand there?
I would start slowly trudging my way back.
As you start slowly moving your way back, this is when Tomer is in the middle of collecting a blood sample and Percy is doing her thing. You walk in as they are having this conversation.
Would I have heard the line, "Let it go"?
Yes.
The last line said.
That's
He sang a whole song
that's
about
basically
it.
when you walk in.
Absolutely not. We did not just risk our tail for her to make some kind of move like that and then just let it go.
What
You
the
don't
fuck are
even-
you
Well,
talking
here's the
about,
thing.
Leon?
All you heard was "let it go." You don't know.
You
what
have
it's
no
about.
context.
I would absolutely be saying,
Yeah, you have
looking
no
to other
context.
people, going, are we cool with her just consuming the root that is the root of, literally the root of all the issues we've had so far?
Now I repeat what I
Consume.
said.
Okay. So you say that? Oh.
Oh, well, yes, it's implied.
Didn't consume.
Did it enter your mouth?
Look, I
No.
will take Ajax's
Yes.
word for it
No.
here.
Yes.
No, it did not.
The tongue that is in your mouth
Left my mouth.
went out of your mouth, touched
It did not go into
and
my
then
mouth.
went back into your mouth.
Semantics here.
Look, Percy, this is clearly not the first time you've done this. Just based on what I know about you, this is
Yeah, my
You
eyebrows are
know
going to go
about
up like,
me.
even more after that comment.
based off of my shit. DM basically told me.
Oh.
God,
Yeah.
it's whispered to me.
The gods have told me.
Yeah? The gods have told you what? Exactly.
This is not your
Such-
first time consuming the root in that manner, or I don't know if you were testing the purity of the root or whatever, but
How
tell
much?
us why you would do it.
How are we supposed to learn anything if we don't study it?
Tomer has been consistently studying it.
As am
Without
I.
putting himself at risk, might I add.
You don't see me injecting the root as I go back
And
to
I
tell
have
him.
injected nothing.
There are other ways. Yes, you did.
I've injected nothing.
It entered your mouth.
How do you eat ice cream?
Not by
I don't.
Ooh.
What is ice cream?
Okay, guys. New $1 million idea. We're opening up an injection ice cream.
It doesn't
store.
count. You're not actually eating it.
Exactly. The calories are zero.
I don't.
Well, if you did, first
May
of
cause heart
all,
attacks.
I wouldn't be surprised if you bit into it. You cretin. Second off, you lick it. You place your tongue upon it, and you absorb calories from it.
Does this mean canonically
All right.
Atavar there's ice cream?
Alright.
Real
I'm sure
quick.
at this point
no.
there is.
Which one of them is the closest to me?
Probably
Probably
Ajax.
Ajax, because he's been up in your business.
I'm gonna lick Ajax.
Okay.
No, don't touch me with your tainted tongue.
Roll an unarmed strike.
I still have 19 AC.
4.
Yeah, you miss.
Okay.
Just goes.
Alright, you go like, and Ajax just kind of takes half a step back.
Alright, I have an idea. Listen, she licked it. Just give me the root. I'll do some more tests on it. And we just gotta keep an eye on her. Everybody happy with that idea?
No, because
This
that's
ain't
what
the
I'd
we
first
rather
time
have a
she's
reason
lied.
not to keep an eye on her.
We are always keeping.
I
an
want
eye
to
on
know
her.
why, so we can continue to trust you.
You
instead of
lied to my
having
face.
Watch you do stupid shit.
I'm studying the fucking shit. How else am I supposed to
If
study
you're
it
gonna
if I don't lick it?
If you're gonna study it with me and no more licking shit.
Explain to us how licking it helps.
I don't fucking
You
know.
saw it have...
What do you mean you
Trial
don't?
and
All
error.
right, proceed.
Error!
Do it again!
I have
I
a
never said I
hypothetical.
was gonna.
I have a
Error, more
hypothetical.
error.
So trial and error. Let's say it did have an effect on you. You
Well, then it would have been a trial.
but you morph into some kind of.
There would have been an error.
When you
We're not
resort-
human testing this shit right now. We know what it does.
We would have had to put you down. Why is that a risk you're willing to take?
That sounds like a you problem, not a me problem.
It's a fucking you
Yeah,
problem.
that is definitely
Out of
misused.
character here, guys. She does have a +0 to wisdom, so ain't gonna lie.
We can do some shit.
No, this is totally a character for her to do
Yeah,
something
but it's a
stupid like
character
that.
for us to be pissed about it.
Yeah, no.
I know, I'm agreeing.
Alright. Okay, listen. We need a. Let's do this. We're in an unknown location. There's some scary shit happening. Let's just collect our money, go back to the inn, and discuss this in private. Because along those,
Technically, it'll be less private at the end.
it don't matter. I want to get some food in my stomach and a drink and a nice warm bed and a bath.
Well, some of us have already started eating.
Well, listen, we'll get to that bridge when we cross it. We can talk and walk. Are we staying here the night, or are we waiting until morning, or are we just going to start walking back down?
We have an entire forest to cross, and then about
Quite
collecting
frankly,
money.
it's been nearly a whole day. We need rest.
The thing is that we
Let's
rest.
not camp in here.
Yeah, we camp away.
Yeah, it is after dark.
Yeah.
It is.
It's well past our
Yeah, you guys have been up and about since pretty much first light. I
Since
think
your
I think you
trial
woke
this
up a
morning.
little bit late, if I remember right. A little bit later because of your
The trial and the other.
yeah and all that.
It's been a long day.
But you still were up at relatively early in the morning, and you've been going until well into the night by now.
In the meantime, Percy,
Mm-hmm.
please give me the root.
Smelling salt.
She hands you smelling salt.
Can I grab
Right
her?
in the
Can I
eyes.
just grab her at this point just to take the
I
lid off
hand
of
you
her?
the root.
Thank you. Thank you.
I say
It
no more
smells
lying
awfully
to us.
nice, surprisingly. Despite being evil in all regards.
Do you actually smell the root? Give me a perception check.
Shit. It comes infused with evil spirits.
That is an 11.
Okay. You smell cardamom, cinnamon, and a kind of a hint of sandalwood.
And probably
It's
some chocolate.
weird. And a little bit of chocolate, which you kind of attribute to Persephone's fingers having chocolate on them. And
It's a chocolate covered
Yeah.
root. Eat it. See what
But
happens.
Don't test
the,
me.
the sense you get off it, all individually are pleasant. Together, they're kind of pleasant, but there's a little bit of clash. Not enough to make it unpleasant overall, but it's on that hairy edge.
So, Gold, what are you thinking? Walking, 2 miles back camp and then head back?
A mile.
Let's get
Camp
out
in
of
the
here.
woods.
Because I don't us getting walked on and seeing like, oh, what happened here?
Yeah, I'm gonna use light on my great sword and
I'm gonna trek about 40 feet ahead to scout since this is my terrain.
I'm gonna stay in my werewolf form until we camp, just in case anything else happens.
How long are you able to say that? 1 hour, or is there?
It is.
Idle noises.
I can look too, but it's your character, so I
Uh,
put it on you guys to know your
So
characters.
it resets after I take a rest or a long any type of rest.
Right.
yeah, but how long does it last?
Where the hell is the information?
Let's see. Hybrid transformation.
1 hour.
1 hour. Okay, that's what I thought, but I want to make sure.
Yeah, and I don't know.
I put it on you guys to know your characters and your abilities. I can look them up, but I trust.
If I transform midway back as we're walking, that's fine.
Oh yeah, I mean it's. If you guys were to walk back, it will take
Wait, are we
a
going
while.
back to
Well,
the
no, we're not walking
farm?
back. We're just gonna walk a mile and then camp.
Yeah.
But if I do
If you walk a
transform, it's
mile,
fine.
it takes you, through this terrain. Gold by himself would be able to go through real quick. But for you guys, it probably takes you a good 25 to 30 minutes.
Before we walk away, is there anything loot-worthy in the house?
I don't know, is there?
I would love to find out before I start leaving.
And so you would like to investigate, is that what I'm hearing?
That sounds perfect, yeah.
Anyone who would like to investigate and look for stuff, you may do so.
10 on investigation.
I get advantage.
I don't need to steal from a dead man.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye on Percy.
It's fine,
Okay.
I don't find shit.
19 on investigation.
So you got 10?
Yeah.
You got 19?
Yep.
As you're kind of digging through some stuff, you eventually do find in what you assume is the quote-unquote master bedroom, you do find a small cloth sack that in there is several silver pieces, some copper pieces, and if you take the time to count it, it doesn't look like much. It looks like between both of them, maybe 30 silver.
I'll take it anyway.
But other than that, there really isn't much in here. Other than the things that Leon spotted on his initial investigation, which looked like some children's toys and stuff like that in the kids' room.
Yeah, I'm not...
Yeah, other than that, you don't really see much.
Alright. I'm going to throw Persephone on my back, and I'm just going to four-paw walk it as we get a speed.
I mean, I can walk, but sure.
We're going to make it faster.
Are you going to transform completely? Or are you going to stay in hybrid and try to four-paw it?
No, I'm going to full transform it.
I'm not even the...
So you're basically riding a dire werewolf.
I'm not even the lowest
I can go full
but like I said, I'll
direwolf if
take
I wanted
it.
to.
Mm-hmm.
Before I transform, I'll be like, if anybody wants to ride,
Yeah, you're
offers on the
basically
table.
you're basically almost a
He's a pony.
fully transformed. You're not quite the size of a dire wolf, but you're bigger than a regular wolf.
Not Ajax, though. He's going to break my back.
Yeah, but you're still. I mean, that's still pretty freaking big. Persephone isn't the heaviest person in the world.
Yeah.
It's easy enough for her to just kind of.
I'm just trying to get us away from the fight we got as fast as possible.
Yeah,
So
you
what,
guys.
you have like 6 health left?
No, he healed me
Oh,
back
I
up.
healed her
Okay.
completely.
So you
And
guys
myself.
are moving. You guys are moving. It takes you about 25
Were you
minutes
whining?
to get about
You
a mile
whine
away.
and you
I
get
was
results.
at 6. She was also at 6.
I healed myself.
Yeah.
Leon, do you want to ride?
No.
Fuck off.
Is everyone out
Fuck
of
you too.
Is everyone out of healing for the day?
I'm completely out of spell
No,
slots.
I still got...
Actually, wait.
You
no, I
should
have one.
still have my 2 good berries.
I'm at
I
35
have
health,
those.
so I'm fine.
Wow.
Remember when I took the fall damage?
Yeah,
last
that'll
night?
give you a full 1 point each.
Yeah, just in case
helps.
anything happens on the way, I'm just going to use... Let's see...
Second level slot
Frog
to cast
behemoth,
healing
middle
word.
right, here we go.
I was just going to give you 2
Shit.
first level...
Oh,
Healing
no,
word.
that's
Roll the
good.
table.
Actually,
What?
false hydra.
I mean, you can't do one.
I was like, I got
Almost
potions
over
if
that.
we need them, but like
No.
if you guys got
One.
spell,
You happen upon a
So I
strange
can-
city in the middle. No, just joking.
I am at 16 now.
I'm at I'm at 35.
I heal when I touch myself. Oh.
You heal for another 16.
Why, thank you. I'm at 4.
Okay,
You heal more when
so
Ajax touches.
you guys take about 25 minutes. You are
Sexually.
making your way away from the cabin back towards the farmsteads, kind of the same pathway that you took on the way there. You go for about that 20, 25 minutes. You figure you're about a mile away or so. And then I need everyone to make perception checks.
Frog behemoth, here we go, baby.
Call that a 16.
Call that a
Ooh.
16.
You're rolling really good on perception, my dude.
Yeah, the things that I can roll decently on.
I got 18 is the flat. I have nothing in perception.
I got a 23.
Jesus
Wow.
Christ.
12.
What'd you
The
get?
only rolls I
18,
can pass
18.
are perception and...
23.
Invest
Ajax,
insight.
Ajax spots it first as he goes, "Oh, hey guys, look, that looks like a great campsite."
Wow.
As you guys see something that you kind of passed before, but you weren't really focusing on it, it looks like there is actually a nice little clearing. And in that clearing, there seems to be plenty of space,
Content
good
can be
visual
all
lines
Campsite
for
real
observing
quick.
anything approaching. It is up on a bit of a rise to give you a vantage point. It seems like a very nice, safe place in order to camp for the night.
Are there already tents up there?
Suspiciously
Like, that
nice.
are already
There's nothing there.
occupied? Okay, I thought it was like already camp set up.
There's
No.
nothing
And
there.
we're
That
stealing
was just
someone
my
else's
joke.
camp.
Who's taking first watch?
I'm taking a nap. Good night.
I'll take first watch.
I'll take last watch and I'll curl
All right,
myself
so
up.
who's
in a
got
ball.
mid-watch? Leon? Okay. So, first watch.
I
Roll a
want
perception
to
check.
make it very apparent. I set up my 2-person tent, but I'm the only one sleeping in
Okay.
16.
it.
16. You're sitting there in first watch. I assume you guys have a fire going.
Maybe.
It is relatively late in the night when you are starting this watch. So it is pretty dark to start. But
I still got my light on my sword as well,
Yep,
if
there
that
you
changes anything.
well, it helps you to see a little bit. But between that and your sword, you do not see anything that warrants waking the others up, it seems fairly uneventful and in fact peaceful in the forest. Second watch. Roll your perception.
17.
As you are sitting there, again, it is fairly deep into the night when you start your watch. About the middle of your watch, it seems pretty much like the darkest part of the night that it's been. You estimate that it is maybe only a few hours before sunrise. And as you are sitting there, you start to see a couple of lights that flicker around the edges of the camp, here and there.
What can I roll to identify these if they are not just simple fireflies?
Roll nature.
Oh boy, +1. 18.
You marvel at the fireflies as they glitter and dance at the edge of the campsite's edge of your vision.
I take a break from the watch and begin to just sort of frolic alongside them.
Okay, you are frolicking among the fireflies for a little while. Other than that, your watch is uneventful.
I was pretty upset.
Can I wake up and see him frolicking as I'm taking the last watch?
No, you're sleeping. Towards the end of your watch, the sun is now starting to crest the horizon when you wake up Tomer for the last watch.
Okay.
Tomer, I need a perception check.
We're long rested in the daylight, boys.
17.
On your watch, the sun is starting about a half an hour or so in, as best you can guess. The sun is really starting to peek up over the horizon. It is starting to lighten the sky, and it ruins any dark vision, but there's enough light now that regular vision, you can kind of pick up where it left off. Looking around, you see your companions sleeping, some in tents, some laying on bedrolls out under the stars, or what's left of them before the sunlight washes them away to not be seen anymore. And you hear a noise that sounds like it is coming about 30, 40 feet away to your left in the brush.
It's a Norse god. The only person that I'm gonna wake up as of right now, I'm gonna nudge Gold a little bit. There might be some creatures around us.
Snoozy McGee.
I'm gonna double check it.
Just sniff them out.
Can I smell to see what the heck it is? See if it's a creature I would remember.
Gold doesn't like bingo coconut. He's a crowd shield man.
Piss on Gold.
I will lay
Okay,
that.
you'll need
Watch
to make
it.
2 rolls. 1 perception advantage because it's dealing with smell for you, but then also nature.
That's a 15 for perception. Nature. Ooh, 17. Wait, I think I add stuff to nature. Hold on. No, 18. It's only a +1.
That's the end of part 3 for this episode. Tune in for part 4 next week.